It doesn't stop
until,
again, right.
until the,
Right.
it stops and it's the next go.
Yeah, yeah. I've been doing for all the time. I've been doing as soon as it gets to 10 goals, as soon as that 10 goal difference goal goes in.
What is going on? I'm Chad Russo here in beautiful Dunning Stadium to watch the first game of the FCAC tournament here with the number 2 seed New Canaan Rams taking on the number 7 seed Staples Wreckers, and we're definitely in for a good one here today. The last game 10 days ago, it was a 13-3 result for the Rams, but with star player Carolyn Barron going down on the defensive end, a lot of things could be shaken up on this defensive side. Who knows what's going to go down here? Jackson, what should we expect to see so far today?
Chad, obviously it's a huge loss for the Rams defense, losing their star senior defender in Carolyn Barron, but this team has a lot of depth. They've been playing sophomores, even some freshmen, all season long. There's plenty of players on this team that can step up, and obviously there's going to be a big void left behind by Barron, but if any team can fill it, it's this Rams roster.
Yeah, and we've talked about the depth of talent with this Rams team so far this year. We saw players like Hollis Mulry go down, now Carolyn Barron. And they've been able to win games. They've been able to replace some of these players. Of course, they'd love to have them on the field, but they've done a great job being able to make things look correct, even with some of these players missing. And, I mean, on the defensive end, who are we expecting to take over here a little bit today, Jackson?
Well, Chad, I'm definitely going to be looking at senior defender Jade Lowe to really step up. She's going to Williams next year to play lacrosse, an excellent athlete and defender who can really just use her versatile skills anywhere on the defense.
Yeah, Jackson, always having that senior presence, it's always a great thing to have. Just that built-in leadership of having someone that's older on the field really helps pay off for the team. Be a little bit of a different situation if you're just throwing a freshman out there, maybe someone with less experience. And, I mean, look, with Claire Mahoney in goal, lacking defense isn't exactly the worst thing in the world for the Rams. She's been able to make great saves all season, and I would expect her to be able to do it today. And then let's move it over to the Staples side here. I mean, coming off a 13-3 loss, let's just talk about, like, sports in general. If you come off of a big loss like that, a 10-goal margin, how do you expect to bounce back in a major playoff game like this?
Chad, it's definitely going to be difficult for them today. You know, they're playing an away game against a team that's probably superior on paper. This Rams team is loaded with talent. But if your Staples cannot let that last loss affect how you come into this game, you have to be willing to fight for everything and just come to this game with intensity and just believe that you can win it.
And Jackson, with that, we're going to take it down to the field as the starting lineups are announced. We'll be back after the national anthem.
Madison Meyer. Number 4, Caroline Cooper. Number 5, Sidel Bernstein. Number 8, Jessica Leone. Number 10, Mackenzie Didio. Number 11, Mia Didio. Number 13, Catherine Smith. Number 17, Catherine Fitzgerald. Number 19, Madeline Hill. Number 20, Nina Bowens. And in goal tonight for the Staples Wreckers is number 28, Sarah Di Giovanni. And now let's meet tonight's starting lineup for the New Canaan Rams. Number 3, Dylan Patton. Number 4, Kate Coyote. Number 5, Stella Nolan. Number 6, Kaylee Harden. Number 8, Devin Russell. Number 9, Caroline Underwood. Number 10, Jade Lowe. Number 15, Caitlin Tully. Number 23, Lexi Tully. Number 24, Ella Patterson. Number 26, Izzy Apelt. And in goal this evening for the Rams is number 42, Claire Mahoney. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
Alrighty, Jackson, that was a beautiful national anthem right there, and it looks like the teams are gathering, probably hoping to gather a little bit of hype here on the sidelines before they enter this playoff match between the two teams. I mean, Jackson, sometimes it can be hard to, get the energy up when you had just beaten a team 13-3 only 10 days ago. But this Staples team, they're a good team. I mean, Kira Best, number 1. I know her brother Aiden Best was a very good player, number 23 for the Staples team this year. He put up a couple goals this weekend against the Rams boys team. And when you have an athletics just runs in the family for that Best family. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's able to put up a couple of goals here today, especially with the defensive void we see for the Rams.
Certainly, Chad. We could be in for quite the barn burner tonight.
Yeah, and it seems like the teams are really excited here, Jackson. I believe we'll probably see Kaylee Harden on the draw here. She's been taking most of the initial draws for the season. Maybe Lexi Tully, who knows. And just Devin Russell, her impact on the wing so far this year, just around the arc. She's been able to get every ground ball. And I wouldn't be surprised if she does it here in this opening draw. But they're taking a little bit of time here to get to the draw, Jackson.
That's
Everybody's stretching out. I see the man in stripes out there. He's stretching. Everybody's stretching. Just getting limber for this absolute barn burner, as you said, that's about to occur.
Well, Chad, when you're coming off 13-3 loss against a team, you definitely want to take all the extra time you can to talk it over before the game and make sure your head's in the right space.
And Jackson, it looks like we were right. We're going to see Kaylee Harden on the draw. I believe that is number 11. Can't quite see the numbers from our angle right now. Mia Didio. Oh, you can see the numbers. That's Catherine Fitzgerald. My apologies. It looked like Kaylee Harden initially won that draw, but Devin Russell is hard on the chase here, and she's able to pick up that ground ball. Dylan Patton taking it up the middle of the field. Looks like she has a goal on her mind, and she shoots it. And that's going to go off the stick there of the goalie, number 26, Emma Larrett. Number 28, Sarah DiGiovanni. Great save by her.
And Chad, a great opportunity there created by the ground ball from Devin Russell. She has just been fierce on the ground balls all year long, just scooping them all up.
She's been a ground ball machine this year, Jackson, very similar to the way Dylan Murray's been playing for the boys team. And Kaylee Harden's able to force a turnover here. She's got the speed to do it, but she moves it to Tully. And it looked like just a hard catch there for Tully. That shot's going to go wide right of the cage.
You know, Chad, Harden had Tully a little bit earlier. If she'd given that pass off a split second prior, Tully would have been able to catch the ball in stride and had enough time to get a shot past the goalie. I feel like that pass might have been a bit late.
I think it's all good, though, Jackson, as the Rams have been able to control this early minute of the game, been able to keep possession, keeping it on the Staples side of the field here. Got 2 shots off. That's always great to see, and the goals will initially come. And it looks like DiGiovanni is going to be looking to pass the ball here. He's not seeing many people. This Rams defense doing a great job locking down the clearing players of Staples. Not a lot of people getting open.
And Chad, hustle on the clear, something that Coach Kristen Woods just really instills in this Rams team. You see all the players almost face guarding the Staples players here on the clear.
And Jackson, you know how I love to say it. It almost looked like donkey basketball going out there. A lot of people cutting, but nothing really happening. Just a lot of mush going on out there. Just a great job by the Rams defense, making this Staples team work to clear the ball. As number 8 for Staples, that is Jessica Leone, the senior, is going to carry the ball up the field, but turn it over as Dylan Patton picks up the ball. And she's showing off the speed as she's blazing down the field.
And Chad, they turned it over on the other end, but that was also some great poise there by DiGiovanni, just sticking with the ball and holding on to it until she found an open player.
And that's going to be a fantastic goal there by Stella Nolan off the feed from Caitlin Tully. And we said it before, the Rams have done a great job keeping possession so far. And we could see it there as they were able to force the turnover and get the ball down. And Stella Nolan's able to make this Staples team pay.
Bang, bang play right there, Chad, and a great goal from Stella Nolan. See, she got the sleeves rolled up. She's got the drip out there. And you play how you look. And with the uniform that clean, you know she's got to be delivering some goals.
And Jackson, that's a drippy look right there. I'm pretty sure she might have gotten that one from her twin, Andrew Nolan. He's really known to flex the guns in the gym. And maybe that's what she's doing right here. Maybe trying to show the Staples team they're not strong enough for her.
Not someone to mess with.
Yep, and we're going to see Kaylee Harden on the draw here against Fitzgerald. We're getting the name right this time, Jackson. Looks like Harden might have gone a little too early there. The height wasn't quite what they were looking for. I've heard that one before, Jackson. And it looks like Fitzgerald's able to almost get the ground ball here, but not able to control possession. And guess who? Devin Russell coming through on the ground ball, but Jade Lowe's going to pick it up. It looks like Harden's going to control possession here.
And that was some fantastic job by Harden there, Chad. She checked the ball out of the Wreckers player's stick to clear it up for her defense to scoop it up.
We're going to see the sister-to-sister connection there as Lexi passes it off to Caitlin. Russell moves it to Underwood. Tully behind the net. She's known to dodge from back there, but she's going to lose the ball as number 4, Caroline Cooper, the sophomore, is going to pick it up. Caroline Cooper looked a little confused there, but she's going to clear this. Rams doing a great job on defense here, keeping them out of the offensive zone as Dylan Patton yet again forces a turnover and moves it to Caitlin Tully. Tully moves it to Underwood, who dinks and doinks on the goalie, faking out DiGiovanni. Just a great goal there from Caroline Underwood.
What
Jackson.
Fantastic vision there from Tully, Chad. She dropped a dime to Underwood, who was right on the doorstep to finish that one. And a great job by Underwood utilizing the shot fake there to bring Giovanni up and then shoot it right past her left hip.
Definitely, Jackson. This is the start the Rams were looking to get off to. A 2-0 start here. 4 minutes into the game. We've seen Stella Nolan and Underwood score so far. We haven't seen a Dylan Patton goal yet, but we always know it's Dylan Patton. It's always a goal waiting to happen. And it looks like they're going to switch Kaylee Harden off the draw here for Lexi Tully. So it'll be a Tully versus Fitzgerald matchup. The ball's going to go. Lexi Tully's going to pick it up, move it to, oh, nope, she's not going to move it. Thought she might move it to Stella Nolan there, but instead she's going to move it to Russell. Underwood with the ball behind. Devin Russell setting up for a dodge. She takes it inside. Nothing there, but she's going to move it to Harden. Harden doing a little spin move there, but met by a double team. And Dylan Patton with her first shot on the day. That one going wide left. Good to see her get her first shot off, but she was crowded by defenders. Hard angle there.
And a great feed inside there from Harden to get it to Patton. That pass is harder than it looks, and she really threaded the needle.
And Kaylee Harden's going to start with the ball behind here. Looks like she's looking to score. Not much shooting space going on. She was faced with a double team. She just wasn't able to score there, but she got the shot off. The Rams are going to keep possession on that possession shot as Underwood picks up the ball.
Chad Staples has to be careful here. They just can't let Harden dodge on her defender like that. She can be very dangerous when allowed to make multiple moves.
And Dylan Patton with a little bit of a hesitation move there, but she wasn't able to put it in the net. And Sarah DiGiovanni was able to chase that one down, the keeper for this Wreckers team. But look, we haven't been able to see the Wreckers clear so far today. And we can see when the Rams are set up on their ride, it's been very hard for the Wreckers to clear. DiGiovanni looks a little bamboozled, just trying to find someone, but looks like she's going to find number 19, Madeline Hill. And Madeline Hill is going to be stripped by Stella Nolan. That ball's slipping around out there. No one's able to possess it, but it looks like Patton's doing a good job of that. And Kate Coyote's going to move the ball to Tully. Caitlin Tully setting up for a dodge. She loops around the defender, shooting it low, but DiGiovanni's going to make the save. She'll move the ball to, I believe, is that number 5, Jackson? I believe that's number 5, Bernstein. And number 8 here for the Staples squad, Jessica Leone really showing off the wheels there, clearing the ball. And it looks like Staples are going to get their first real possession of the game here. Devin Russell playing a little too aggressive for the refs' liking. Staples will keep possession.
Chad, the number one reason that the Rams are up 2-0 right now is the takeaway checks they've been able to get on these Staples players. They've done a great job forcing turnovers, whether it's Stella Nolan, Dylan Patton, Kaylee Harden. They're forcing the ball on the ground, and they're scooping those ground balls up and taking it the other way.
And Jackson, we said we were going to worry about the defense out here today, but being able to land these takeaway checks like they have, if they can keep this up for the rest of the playoffs, they're going to be a really dangerous team. Darien should be quaking in their boots right now with the way this New Canaan team is playing on the ride. And we can see it yet again there as Devin Russell forces a Troy Pomamalu-esque interception there. And she's going to move the ball to Dylan Patton, who has an opening in the middle. She's going to choose not to take the shot, pull it out, and gain offensive stability. And Caroline Underwood's going to recover that ball after a little bit of a bobble there. Molly Reed moves the ball to Tully. Underwood with the ball behind. Patton with the ball, setting up for a dodge. Looks like the double team is coming. And that ball's going to go right up in the air. And DiGiovanni's going to get the turnover there as the goalie, as the ball just popped up into the air and went into the crease. Stella Nolan looking to attack her, though. And DiGiovanni's going to move the ball to number 4, Cooper. It looks like the Rams defense was being a little too rough on the sideline. The Staples team is going to keep possession. Leone moving the ball up the field. She's going to move it to number 10, Mackenzie Didio.
And Chad, while they've struggled to keep the ball on settled possessions, I think Leone's done a great job for Staples, kind of being a one-girl clear. They've struggled to move the ball very well on their clears, but she's just run it herself, and that's led to some success for them.
We saw a great move there by Bernstein, looking to get some open space, but she didn't go for the shot. Mia Didio with the ball from behind. And it looked like there was an opening there for Best to maybe get a shot off, but the ball just couldn't get through this ferocious Rams defense. There will still not be a shot for Staples on this offensive end. Mia Didio with the ball up top. And that's going to be a Mackenzie Didio goal. She just finished that one right on the crease. It looks like she was guarded, but it's still going to result in the goal for this Staples Wreckers team. And this score is going to move to 2-1, 10 minutes into this first half.
And Chad, great ball movement there by Staples. Almost lulled the Rams defense to sleep and just slipped it right onto the crease when the Rams defense wasn't expecting it for a relatively easy finish inside.
Yeah, Jackson, that's definitely a confidence builder for this Staples team. It was a great play by Didio, as you said. And being able to build up this confidence could be dangerous. I mean, look, we know this New Canaan team. They are the 2 seed. They did just come off a 10-goal win against Staples. But if you can build up a little bit of confidence, that confidence can spark something crazy. So the Rams are definitely looking to score again here. Slow down this Staples team.
That's right, Chad. This is huge for the Staples team morale. Only down 1 goal to a team that beat them 13-3. They're definitely in this, under 15 to go in the first half. It's anyone's game right now.
And Harden's going to win the ground ball there. She's taking it down the side, moving it to Underwood, who's just going to run it behind to the X. She's going to move it to Patton, though, and Caroline Underwood with the assist to Dylan Patton. Patton's first goal on the day. And that play, it just looked like a defensive breakdown there for Staples. Only 20 seconds after they just scored a goal, they immediately let one in, and that has to be demoralizing.
And Chad, what a find there from Underwood. We've talked about her high lacrosse IQ all season, and she showed it off there with a beautiful feed to find Patton for an easy finish.
I mean, high IQ in general, Jackson. She always had to tutor me in our AP Physics C class. Let me tell you, that was not easy. I was terrible at that. That's not even a flex. But she was brilliant. I think she had an 100 on everything in that class, which is really impressive. And it looks like Kate Coyote is going to pick up the ball here for the Rams. She's replacing Carolyn Barron after her injury and already making her mark, being able to pick up a ground ball and moving it to Lexi Tully here. Tully carrying it up the side. Caitlin Tully moving it to Underwood. Russell with the ball up top. She'll move it to Harden. Stella Nolan moving it to Tully. Back to Underwood. Really just going in a circle here. It looks like Devin Russell will set up for the dodge. She gets it inside, but met by a double team, almost a triple team. Caitlin Tully looked to be streaking up the side, looking for the feed, but Devin Russell's going to take it in by herself. She's looping around, but the double team comes yet again. And Caitlin Tully with some open space. Moves it to Harden up top. And D. Giovanni there just making a great save. Harden was wide open there on the crease, and she went high to high. It looked like D. Giovanni said none of that. As this Staples team is going to move it up, that's going to be Leone on the clear. And Didio, Mackenzie Didio is going to lose her glasses there. Not glasses, goggles. Similar. It appears the Staples parents are yelling some stuff out there. I think they're a little angry about the space between Didio and the defenders for the New Canaan Rams. I didn't see an issue, but a little something going on in the stands. Bernstein sets up the dodge. We've seen her be able to get space here today, but hasn't really taken it to the net. Hill with the ball, guarded by Harden. It's going to be a little bit of a bounce pass there to Bernstein. McKenzie moves the ball to number 3, Jaden Mello. A little Mello mentality. Looks like there's going to be a call here on the Rams, and Bernstein's going to start with the ball from behind. And Bernstein's just going to run it up the side and move it to number 3 here, Mello. And they're going to call a push to the neck on Jade Lowe here. Or, yeah, it's going to be on Jade Lowe. It's not going to be an 8-meter. It's going to be a little bit outside. I believe it's a 12-meter. And Bernstein taking it inside, getting stripped by Harden. They're going to, looked like it, was that a yellow card I saw? Or just a yellow flag? No penalty here.
Chad, we've seen excellent defense from the Rams on this possession, just denying every opportunity Staples has had on this offensive end.
Yeah, and this Staples team almost looks confused. There's a lot of running around, a lot of aggression from the Rams. They just don't seem to know what to do with it.
Well, Chad, these Rams players are just so quick, so athletic. It's really hard for opposing offenses to keep up with their speed.
We'll see Mia Didio with the ball here. We already saw her sister score here today. She's been doing a good job facilitating. Bernstein with the ball. She'll move it to Mello. Didio dodging on Russell. She got a little bit of space, but met by Jade Lowe in the middle. Nothing there for Didio. Bernstein setting up to dodge on Tully. Just going to move the ball. And it looks like Kaylee Harden's going to be removed here for a penalty. Maybe pushing around the Staples team a little too much. That's going to be a yellow card there for Harden. It looks like Tully is going to be guarding Mello here. That's going to be a 12-meter. Not exactly a huge opportunity for this Staples team. And Mia Didio is just going to set up with the ball. Smith moves it to Bernstein. Over to Mello. Mello to Didio. Smith with the ball from behind, and she passes it to number 3, Mello. And Mello showing off that Mello mentality. Little Carmelo Anthony-esque, one might say, being able to finish inside like that. That's going to be a goal there for the Staples Wreckers, and this one moves to 3-2. Jackson?
Chad, not the barn burner we expected, but it's been a pretty close game so far, and Staples has shown that they can keep pace with this Rams team. But we've seen the Rams pull away after slow starts in many games this season, but we'll see what happens here.
I don't know about you, Jackson, but I feel like the Rams have kind of been dominating this game, at least from my perspective watching this. It seems like they've dominated the possessions, but when Staples is down on this side, they've been able to find these cutters from X. Every single time, it's someone sets up behind, and then just a cutter comes right down the middle, and the defense doesn't know what to do. Might be a little bit of ball watching going on. I'm not sure. But this one is 3-2 now, and this Staples team is really competing.
You know, Chad, you're completely right. Rams have been controlling the time of possession. The Staples team has been able to get lucky off a few opportunities where they've kind of lulled the Rams to sleep on defense, but yeah. Yeah,
and Devin Russell showing off once again how she's just a ground ball machine. It's like a vacuum picking up these balls. And every single time, she's always able to get the ground ball for the Rams. Dylan Patton with the ball.
Chad, the Rams are just going to try to hold the ball here and run out this penalty. Very smart play by them.
I'm almost shocked that this Staples team isn't even pushing out a little bit, maybe trying to force a turnover. I mean, you have this advantage of having one more player on the field. It's always worth maybe a little bit of an attempt going for a takeaway. They're just gonna let the Rams stand there, pass it back and forth. And it looks like Harden will probably run back out onto the field in 16 seconds.
Chad, I think that shows that this Staples team is kind of afraid what might happen if they try to double with the really potent offensive threats the Rams have out on the field, like Devin Russell, Stella Nolan, even Caitlin Tullen behind the net. You know, there's so many players on this Rams team that can strike at any moment.
Jackson, I saw one girl waving to her mom on this Staples team in the stands to burn out that 40 seconds. A little bit weird thing to see just two teams sitting on the field for 45 seconds. But this Rams team is going to move into their offensive possession as Russell moves the ball to Harden. And Patton's going to take it down the middle, and she's going to score going up high cheese snizzy on DiGiovanni there. Great goal by Dylan Patton.
And Chad, that goal can be attributed to Patton's speed just coming across the top. Her speed just burned right past the defender, and she was able to obviously snipe it top left right past DiGiovanni.
Jackson, she's like a blur. I would compare her to the Flash. That's going to be my real world comparison there for Dylan Patton. Just that speed, really lethal.
Completely right, Chad.
It looks like Lexi Tully will be against Fitzgerald here on the draw. Tully winning it, and Dylan Patton just picking up the ball. Just going to slow things down here and get a settled offensive possession for the Rams. Tully tries to move the ball to Harden. That one's going to be bobbled. But Harden almost playing hockey out there with the way she picked up that ground ball, making sure she got space. Harden with the ball.
Oh, it keeps going out. I don't know what's wrong.
Russell takes it inside. And that was just going to come out of her stick. I'm not sure if that was a shot. And Lexi Tully came through like a freight train. That looked almost like a Ray Lewis blindside hit on a slant route. That was crazy.
That was quite the hit. Almost looked like Bo Jackson barreling through a hole, Chad.
Jackson, that was crazy. But this Staples team, they're going to have possession. And that's Leone carrying it up the field. A little bit of a fast break going on here. But the Staples team is going to pull it out. And Dylan Patton just literally took it out of the stick of number 19 here for Staples. That is Madeline Hill. That was a weird occurrence. It looked like the refs made a call. What?
I believe it might have been offsides.
It was an offsides call?
Too many men.
Kind of like the swagger there. Patton girl was just holding the stick and just took it right out. Not even saying a word. Kind of cool.
Chad, we've just continued to see the Rams dominate the time of possession. It's honestly a miracle that this is only a 4-2 game with the differential of possession time.
And Stella Nolan's going to carry it up the side and move it to Tully. And Jackson, you talked about that possession time, and I think a lot of that goes on the stick work of the Rams. We haven't really seen them drop passes so far today. We've seen them fumble the ball a little bit inside a couple times, but that's to be expected. When there are a lot of sticks in one area, it's going to happen. But yeah, the stick works look great so far today. And we're going to see Dylan Patton set up top here against number 7, Caitlin Chu. And she just scored. That is just crazy. I mean, Dylan Patton, every single time she gets a ball, is an absolute threat to score. And she showed it yet again there.
Truly one of the great offensive threats in the FCAC, Chad. And she's definitely going to be a handful for all the teams that she faces during this FCAC tournament.
And Jackson, she's so good, they just had to sub her off there. Give her a little bit of a breather. It's already been a hard day's work out there for Dylan Patton. 2 goals on the day. We're going to see Mallory Reed take the field. Tully against Fitzgerald on the draw here. And Lexi Tully just winning the draw to herself, and she's taking it down the side. And it looked like she just got whacked in the top of the head. That's not something you want to see. She's going to be all right, though, and she's going to set up for a 12-meter. She's going to move the ball to Underwood. There are 4 minutes left on the clock. The Rams have possession, up 3 goals. And Devin Russell's going to set up to dodge. She did a good job getting it inside there. That shot's going to go off the post. It looks like she might. This is going to be an 8-meter attempt here. And it is going to be an 8-meter attempt here for Devin Russell. DiGiovanni ready for the shot. And the Staples defense doing a great job there, stopping Devin Russell. Laying a little bit of a hit there. Looked like Caitlin Tully might have tripped number 4, Caroline Cooper, out of bounds there. No call, though. Gotta love the aggression from the Rams.
And Chad, she didn't finish that one, but Devin Russell's done a great job just initiating for this Rams offense, and she's been a playmaker all night long. Kind of reminds me of Damian Lillard, the way she can kind of just drive in right in front of the net and make things happen for her team.
Jackson, I like that reference. I'm more of an 80s basketball kind of guy. More John Stockton, I would say.
Okay.
I'm a little more playmaker-esque, but I like the reference, though. And we're going to see the Staples team attempt to clear here. DiGiovanni with the ball, guarded by Nolan. And she's going to do a great job getting the ball to Mello. And Mello's just getting bullied here by Patton and Harden as Patton checks the ball out of the stick of Mello. And she's going to pass it to Caitlin Tully. And that's going to be Dylan Patton's 3rd point on the day as she gets the assist. And that's a great goal there by Caitlin Tully. Being able to get open there for Patton to move the ball to her. And they just sting that one on DiGiovanni.
And Chad, that was very reminiscent of that first play of the game where we saw, I believe it was Tully and Underwood running down the field together. And the pass was a little bit too late, and I think Underwood was unable to finish. Maybe it was Tully, but on that play, the timing was perfect. Got the feed at the right time, and she was able to finish right past DiGiovanni.
Jackson, I just think that's a great correction, as you said, from that early first half thing we saw there. It's always great to make just corrections during a game on some silly mistakes like that. And with the Rams' ability to do that, they're now up 4 goals, and this is 6-2 with 2 minutes remaining. And Dylan Patton's going to pick up the ground ball and move it to Stella Nolan. Looked like Stella Nolan was cutting inside. Not much to be seen there. And Dylan Patton moves the ball over to Nolan. And that's going to be a great goal there by Kaylee Harden. She was just able to dodge down the side from the 8-meter arc. Just able to sneak inside there and make DiGiovanni pay as the defense just wasn't really there for Staples.
Chad, and great athleticism there by Harden. Able to stop on a dime right around GLE and kind of work back towards the crease to finish it right past DiGiovanni.
And now there's a minute left. The Rams up 5, really pulling away in this one. We saw it at 3-2. Now it's 7-2. Just a couple minutes really showing how explosive this Rams offense can be.
And Chad, I did foreshadow that this could happen. Rams have been known to keep the game close through the first 10 or so minutes of the game, but then they can really pull away later in the first half.
I mean, Jackson, you did say your signature line. It's going to be a barn burner.
That's right.
And that is what it looks like it's going to be right now. But this Staples team has possession here with a minute remaining. This ball's going to be moved to Smith behind. We have parents in the stands coaching for Staples, telling them to hold for this last shot. There's 40 seconds left, and they're set up top. Didio with the ball. And that's just great defense from the Rams there, being able to double number 10, Mackenzie Didio. So there's going to be a little bit of a call here. The Rams aren't going to have possession, but they're doing a great job on defense as Mia Didio stumbles there. Appears to be limping a little bit, but nothing too bad going on. That ball, wow, what a pass there from number 1, Kira Best, to Mackenzie Didio. That's her second inside finish on the day. And that was just crazy, Jackson. It looks like she almost hit that with like a tennis racket the way that came out. That was surprising. That had me shocked.
I've never seen a shot release that fast, Chad. It was almost like she just quick stick that one straight into the back of the net. Mahoney definitely could not have reacted to a shot like that. That was very quick.
That was crazy. Jackson, I would say I'm almost a little bit bamboozled right now. I was not expecting that. That was something else.
And that's big for the Staples team going into halftime, coming off of a goal like that and narrowing their deficit to 4.
And that's a great way to finish the half here for Staples. I mean, we saw Lexi Tully win the draw there. There was 1.5 seconds left, so you can't really do much with that. But that was a great goal there by Staples to finish off the half. This one moves to 7-3. There's going to be a 10-minute intermission here, 10-minute halftime.
How much? 7 minutes? 5? Okay.
Oh, no, it's only a 5-minute halftime. But we're going to do the sponsor read right now. And everyone knows how excited I get for our sponsors because they're just the best. They help us do what we want to do here at NCTV. We're going to kick it off with our platinum sponsors, Walters Stewart's. They're your fresh local market here in New Canaan. Just a great place to go if you want to get some fresh produce, some vegetables. They have everything you're ever going to need. If you're looking to create some new meals, go there, get your fresh ingredients. It's a great place to be. And Rambuya and Harrow Real Estate, they're the premier real estate partners of Fairfield County. Just great people. And Carl Chevrolet, they've been doing it since 1927, serving the community. And look, that's a lot of my lifetimes. And if I'm this good at commentating, you have to believe they're great at getting you the car you want. They're run by 2 alumni, Steve and Leo Carl of Carl Chevrolet. It's a great car company. Get down there, get yourself a new car. And William J. Fessler Dentistry, they're there for all your family dental needs. William J. Fessler Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. And we're going to move over to our gold sponsors here. We're going to kick it off with Renaissance Partners, LLC. They're a New Canaan-based and family-operated company. They do a lot to develop this community, and they just want to give their appreciation to the community. And Performance Optimal Health, they're here to work with parents, athletes, everyone alike to do the best here for the athletes in New Canaan. And on behalf of them, they just want to wish everyone a great season. And look, thank you to all of our sponsors. We just want to give a huge thank you to them. They're the best. And yeah, we're going to call it a day. We're going to move this one into halftime. 3 minutes and 30 seconds till the end of the half. We're going to be back in this one. Alrighty, and we're back here. The score is 7-3, and we're going to move into the second half here as the Rams lead. They've done a great job dominating the draw so far today. Lexi Tully and Kaylee Harden both doing great work with the combined effort of Devin Russell on the ground balls. Wouldn't be surprised if they get possession here. It looks like it'll be Lexi Tully on the draw against Fitzgerald. And it looks like Tully's going to win this one, getting the ground ball too. She's going to move it into the offensive zone and settle things down as she moves it to Russell. Just moving the ball around the top here. Dylan Patton with the ball. That ball's going to go a little bit high there, but it looks like Kaylee Harden's going to be able to get that one. And Underwood. Harden just moves it to Underwood. Underwood throws a little bit of a stick fake there and scores a great goal.
And Chad, Underwood has just developed so much over the course of the season. I remember when we were calling some of the earlier games back in early April. You know, sometimes she struggled with finishing those shots in front of the net, but she has just become so reliable, such a consistent finisher. She has really stepped up her game.
Yeah, Jackson really shown some consistency so far this season. And that's something when you're in the playoffs, you want to be able to rely on your players. There are a lot of players out there that are boom and bust. They can show up some days, not show up others. When you're consistent like Caroline Underwood, it's always a great thing to have as a coach. And we're going to see Lexi Tully on the draw here. It looks like Fitzgerald kind of won this one, but Tully able to get the ground ball. And Tully's going to move it on a fast break here.
And Chad, having both the Tullys back on this team has been so valuable. It's kind of like the Antetokounmpo brothers if both of them were good. They just contribute so much to this team. It's really astounding.
I love the reference there, Jackson. I like that you had to preface that they're both good, unlike the Antetokounmpo brothers. That's always great. And there's a third one coming up the ranks. She joined the roster, I mean, just for the playoffs here. She's a freshman, and that's Madeline Tully. And, yeah, that's always great. When you have three sisters like this that are so good at the sport, you can always develop them. And that creates great programs like we see here in New Canaan as Harden takes it inside. Still, no one's going to move the ball to Russell. Rams really slowing things down here, setting up a play. Patton with the ball. Harden taking it inside, moving it to Russell. Russell taking a bit of a hit there, and it doesn't matter as Russell's able to score a goal.
What a fantastic job by Russell on that face dodge, Chad. She used that to get right past her defender, right down the alley. Still had the stick in her right hand to finish it right past Giovanni.
And Jackson, she's a tough player. We've seen her be able to make these hustle plays all season. And the way she just goes through contact really helps this Rams team. If you have someone that could just run through defenders in the way Russell and even Harden does, to just create offense out of nothing. And that's what they've done so far here today. We're going to see Lexi Tully on the draw again here against Fitzgerald.
And Chad, the thing about Devin Russell that really sticks out to me is her balance. The way she can just run at defenders full speed and then make a cut at the last second while not losing a step to get right past her defender, and she often takes them right to the goal.
And she gets the ball yet again here, running around the arc and just being able to get the ground ball off the draw. She's going to move the ball to Underwood. Rams are just passing the ball around the arc here, slowing things down a little bit. There's 22 minutes left in this one. The Rams up 6. Caitlin Tully looks like she might have set up for a dodge there, keeping her defender honest. Looks like the Rams are just going to move it around here. Oh, no, looks like they might have set up for a play there for Stella Nolan on the cut. Ball not going to get to her, though, and it looks like Harden setting up a dodge. And Lexi Tully's going to try and initiate a dodge there from behind. Didn't quite get enough space to shoot. And her sister's going to try the same thing with the same result. And it looks like Patton's going to run in the middle here. She's going to move the ball to Tully, who's waiting on the doorstep. And that shot's just going to go right off the top. And that ball's going to be run down by Stella Nolan. Great hustle there from her.
And Chad, back-to-back shots for the Rams that just looked like they were millimeters away from sticking the net.
I mean, we talked about it in the Fairfield Prep game. This is a game of inches here. Girls lacrosse, guys lacrosse, almost every sport. A couple inches makes a huge difference between hitting the post and hitting the net. We've seen it here, the game just not going their way. Giovanni really wanted to get a stick check in there. She fully left the crease to just go tap Caitlin Tully. A little surprising there.
She almost clotheslined Caitlin Tully, Chad.
Yeah, that would have been an unfortunate thing to watch. Let's be thankful we didn't have to see that. And Kaylee Harden's going to set up with the ball up top here. Looks like she's trying to feed, but instead she's going to take it inside. She has an opening. It looks like that might have gone off the post. Maybe off the body of Giovanni. I'm not quite sure.
3 in a row, Chad. 4th time might be the charm, though.
And Caroline Underwood's going to set up on the 8-meter here. She already has 2 goals today and an assist, a 3-point day here for Underwood. Looking to add to it a little bit. And they just did not account for Dylan Patton whatsoever there. They put all their focus on Caroline Underwood. And Caroline Underwood, she's going to get her 4th point on the day. 2 goals, 2 assists. And that's a hat trick for Dylan Patton. That's her 3rd goal on the day.
And, Chad, when the Rams are clicking on offense, luck is only going to help you for so long. The Rams shot 3 shots there off the post before Dylan Patton found the back of the net. But, you know, this team just has so many threats, so many ways they can attack you. We saw Kaylee Harden going into her bag of dodges and just finding shots for herself. We saw Lexi Tully, Caitlin Tully all attacking the net. And it was only a matter of time before one of them hit pay dirt.
I know what you mean there, Jackson. This lethal offense, when you have it bounce off the post, like you said, you're just getting lucky. And it seems like as it's gotten a little cold in here, Jackson. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm shivering in my boots right now. I am cold. But as this cold weather has moved in, it really seems like this Rams offense has stepped things up a whole nother level. They've been able to puck shots in the net really well so far in this second half. I mean, around 5 minutes played. I think we've seen 3 goals already. Just great offensive production from them. Maybe they're trying to match the score from before. I mean, it's 3-10. Maybe they're going for that 13-3 kind of thing they're looking for. But, yeah, the way they're playing right now, it looks like they have a good handle on this game. And Dylan Patton's going to have the ball up top.
That's 100% right, Chad. New Canaan's on a tour for vengeance. They want to beat Darien, who they lost to now twice in a row, and in states last year, and the regular season this year. But if any team, any New Canaan girls team could beat Darien, it's this roster they have right now. They're just so talented. This might be their year.
And to some degree, Jackson, you have to believe they're trying to win these playoffs for Hollis Mulry and Carolyn Barron. I mean, two really well-liked seniors on this team, two really important players. And if this Rams team can just go out and win a championship for them, I mean, I know for Carolyn Barron, she's not planning on playing college lacrosse. So going out the way she didn't know it was going to be her last game a couple days ago. Just maybe being able to walk out a champion would be really cool for them.
That's right, Chad. It's heartbreaking to see players go down with knee injuries, especially late in the season for Barron. But this team definitely has a chip on their shoulder, and they're going to be ready to fight in these upcoming FCAC playoff games and then in the state tournament.
Jackson, we haven't seen much action here, so I think it's time that we plug our senior internships we're doing right now. I got to give my shout out to Miss Fisher's 3rd grade class. They're the best. Hopefully some of them are watching. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not, though. Not sure if they know how to get onto the stream. And Jackson, what have you been doing over our little internship break?
You know, Chad, I've been working hard to pursue my dreams of becoming a full-time announcer. I'm after that next Tom Brady contract.
Oh, you're chasing the bag, Jackson. I can respect that. I'm a big fan of what you're doing there. Some of us try to give back to the community by serving the 3rd grade, but if you're chasing the bag, you go for it, man. And I'm pretty sure nothing has happened offensively since we've been talking.
Spinning it around the world, Chad.
Yeah, they're just showing off the stick work skills here. And it looks like Molly Reed. Oh, no. Molly Reed almost had a goal there, but Di Giovanni just doing a great job coming across, making a save. And this Staples team being smart, they weren't able to clear when this Rams team set up their ride, so they have to go for these more fast break opportunities, as that one's going to go off the stick of Lexi Tully. Great attempt there by Mackenzie Didio, who then just throws a lazy pass that gets picked off there by number 24, Ella Patterson. But Hardin's going to pick up the ball, move it into the middle. There's already a flag up. The Rams will keep possession no matter what happens here. And Molly Reed will set up with the ball up top. The Rams doing a great job keeping possession here. And Tully just takes that one inside. Chu really couldn't handle the speed there from Lexi Tully, and it showed as Tully was able to score just an easy score on a bingo bango bouncer there.
And Chad, Lexi Tully is just going to be such a promising player in the future for the Rams. Already a dominant force out there, but still a sophomore. These next 2 years, as she develops as a player, she's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with in the FCAC.
We saw it with her sister. We've seen it with Dylan Patton. A lot of these players that we see being so influential on this Rams team, Hardin, they've all come up through the system. I mean, Dylan Patton's the oldest sister, I believe. I'm not sure. Did she have? No, she had an older sister. My apologies. They've all had older siblings come up through the program. They played as young players. And Lexi Tully's the next in line. Really all just great players, Jackson.
100%, Chad. And the score right now certainly approaching the score of that last game. If New Canaan can put 2 more in the back of the net, we'll be right at 13-3, possibly with time to spare to further extend that margin of victory.
Jackson, I don't know about you, but I'd be very excited if we could see a repeat score. That's a rare thing to ever happen in sports. And, 15 minutes left. The way things are moving right now, it's probably going to be more than 13-3, honestly. But who knows? Who knows?
Well, if it does become 15 or 13-3 or more, we will have a running clock for the rest of that game.
When does this running clock kick in, Jackson?
When one team is up by 10 or more.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was 10, but when I was calling the Norwalk game a couple days ago, I learned it was 12 for the guys' team. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's 12 or 10 here, and maybe because it's a playoff game, the clock might not even run.
Clock will run.
That is an official Jackson statement if I've ever heard one. There was a lot of confidence behind those words. just a slight head nod and just the clock will run. Gotta love it there. Our producer Emily is wondering how I didn't know the mercy rule of my own sport. And to be quite honest, I don't think we ever got to the point where we were mercy ruling people. We were a very defensive-minded team over the past couple years. And now she's just making fun of me. This is fantastic. And we're going to see Abigail Richardson on the draw here. And she wins it easily, absolutely smoking Didio. Not quite sure why Staples took a timeout to come out and lose the draw like that. And Lexi Tully's going to set up with the ball behind with her sister, Caitlin. Molly Reed moves it to Patton. The Rams just kind of moving around the top here. We got one car honking out in the parking lot. Harden takes it inside, and she just scores easily. She made like 3 moves. That was Carter Connors-esque there. And the Rams really just running away with this one, 13-12. I mean, I'm pretty sure Staples scored on that one really good goal in the first half. The closest this game ever got was 2-3. And I mean, clearly we're not at that score right now.
And Chad, you took the words right out of my mouth with that Carter Connors reference. Harden is just scoring at will today. She just made any move she wanted, got exactly where she wanted on the field, and finished past Giovanni. That is just what an All-American and first-team All-FCI player looks like on the field, just dominating the opposition.
It looks like we're going to see Richardson on the draw here again. I don't know what happened to Stella Nolan there. It looked like someone just ran right through her. But this ball's still on the ground. It's just rolling back to Claire Mahoney, a fellow East School intern.
Chad, heads-up play there by Mahoney, batting the ball out towards the sideline and getting it away from the fast break and her goal.
And Harden has the ball, and it looked like number 13 for Staples there. I believe that is Kate Smith, was just kind of limping after her. It was like a limp run. It's always hard to run in those knee braces. I recently hurt my knee, and honestly, it's just the knee brace is honestly the worst. I'm not a fan. And that's a goal there for Lexi Tully on a massive bingo bango bouncer right there, showing off the skills yet again. She scored 2 bounce shots almost back to back here recently. I mean, there was the Harden goal that kind of broke that up, but yeah, the Rams looking really good right now. That 13-3 score already matched, and there's 13 minutes remaining. And Jackson,
Chad, watch that clock keep on ticking.
You said it. You said it. You said the clock will run, and oh boy, were you right. Richardson on the draw yet again. And Mia Didio picking up the ball. It looks like Staples going to try and set up a little bit of offense here. We haven't seen much of it. And Stella Nolan doing her best Carolyn Barron impression there, bruising up number 5 Bernstein for the Wreckers. Staples just going to pass this ball around here, setting up the sticks as they haven't been on the offensive end for quite a bit of time.
Yeah, just that one just at the end of the half.
Oh, and it looked like Mia Didio might have lost the ball there as Kaylee Harden was chasing her down from behind. Kate Coyote playing great defense there to set up for the almost takeaway. But this is going to be an 8-meter here for Staples. Oh, it's going to be a 12-meter. They thought they were going to get a good opportunity there, and the ref said, No, no, no.
And Chad, this is an important possession here for the Rams defense. Obviously, they're up 10, so you're not too concerned, but if you can, you would like to prevent Staples from scoring here to keep your margin of or your lead at 10 goals, so the mercy rule will continue to force the clock to run.
Jackson, I'm not sure if that's just us two thinking that, but this does not look good here for Best. She's gripping at her knee, not a good sight. And as she gets off the field, we're gonna take a little break. It's good to see Best able to get off the field with her own ability there, able to walk herself off the field. It's always a good sight to see when you see a player go down with a lower body injury. And the Rams are going to set up back on defense here. It looks like it's going to be an 8-meter. Bernstein taking it inside against Reed. Didio with the ball up top. It looked like that might have been an opportunity there. Going to Kate Smith. She's not able to get the shot off. So the refs blow the whistle to give Mia Didio the 8-meter attempt here. And that ball's just going to get stripped away. Oh, and that's going to be a whistle by the refs.
Chad, that looked like a clean takeaway to me.
Me too. Jackson, I think it's really important here for the Rams not to let this one into the net. Just to keep up that double-digit lead that they have and just really asserting their dominance.
A great point, Chad.
This ball's just going to move around the back here for Staples. Looks like Mia Didio's going to set up on a dodge here as our teammate number 14, Cameron Recho, is going to clear out. That's going to be another, is it going to be an 8-meter attempt? It looks like it's going to be an 8-meter attempt. Didio walking with a little bit of a limp here. Definitely not something you want to see. The Rams did a great job on the last 8-meter attempt, being able to stop Didio. And she just gets stuffed again there by Claire Mahoney. She hasn't seen a lot of shots today, but the one she has seen, she's done a great job of stopping.
And Chad, we've been making the Dikembe Mutombo reference all season long, and that's exactly who Claire Mahoney looked like right there.
Jackson, I think it would be great if at some point she just did the little finger wag, the little Dikembe Mutombo finger wag. I mean, it's probably never going to happen. I think that's technically taunting in the rule book, but I mean, it would be a pretty cool sight to see.
Chad, if they're winning against Darien in a playoff game, I will allow it.
I'm not sure if you're able to allow things, Jackson, but honestly, I mean, you said the scoreboard would run, and you were right, so who am I to talk against you? As the Rams are just going to move this one around up top again. Nothing really happening. Just making sure everyone sticks all right. And Devin Russell with the ball up top. She's looking to dodge. And she said, psych, nope, I'm going to throw it out to Lexi Tully. Underwood inside. She's going to pass it out to Norton. Richardson taking it inside. Still no one taking it inside, and that's going to go off the leg of DiGiovanni. Just a great kick save there by her. Madison Mare's going to move the ball back to Giovanni, who then moves it to Leone. Leone showing off the speed here, but getting picked off by Lexi Tully. That was crazy. I don't know how she did that one, but that was something else. Just right into her stick from point-blank range. I don't even know how you're supposed to deal with something like that. When Lexi Tully can just take the ball away from point blank like that on a pass, that's dangerous.
Chad, glimpses of Grand Theft Alvarado with that steal right there.
Ooh, interesting. I was gonna go with the glove, Gary Payton of the former Seattle Supersonics with that takeaway. And it looks like Catherine Norton's going to get an 8-meter attempt here.
Great give and go there between her and Richardson to set up this opportunity.
And Norton takes it inside, and that's going to be a goal for Norton. Just a great job by her. You can see her teammates are a little excited here. We've seen her make great defensive plays this season. We compared her to Troy Polamalu at one point. I know, crazy comparison right there. And she's able to put that one in the net. Very impressive there by Catherine Norton. And it looks like Richardson's going to be on the draw yet again. And Richardson doing a great job winning that draw, running through people like Marshawn Lynch. And she's going to keep possession here. And that's going to be a turnover there by Leahy. This one going towards the net. Smith not quick enough to catch up to it as Patterson's able to keep possession for the Rams, preventing a goal. No one with the ball running up the side. For anyone left watching this one at home, it's 4 minutes remaining. The Rams are up 11 goals.
Chad, if you're the Rams, you just want to keep spinning it around the perimeter. Keep on milking this clock.
Yes, sir, Jackson. I think we're just going to move into like maybe a little bit of, oh, no, we're not going to move into a preview because it looks like my computer's having, oh, no, we are going to move into a preview. All right, so the Rams can either face off against the number 6 seed Ludlow, or they can face off against the number 3 seed Wilton. I believe this is going to be at Norwalk High School, a neutral site for the semifinal games. This is going to occur on Monday, May 23rd at 5 and 7 p.m. Who knows what time that game will be at for the Rams. But this Wilton team, they're a very good team, Jackson. I mean, besides Darien and New Canaan, they are the 3 seed, and they've been very good over the past couple years. But these Rams, they've been able to beat them handedly this season. And I wouldn't be surprised if that matchup comes to happen. That's going to be a good one over there at Norwalk High School. Hopefully we get to be on the call. But who knows after this performance? Who knows?
100% Chad. And, you know, the Rams are defending FCAC champions. They won it last year, looking to go back-to-back. They're motivated. They want to win this thing as much as any team. And
DiGiovanni just keeps coming out of the cage, Jackson. I don't know what's going on. Reminds me of Michael Rare back in the 3rd grade when he was coming across the field. He would lay some hits as a goalie. It was crazy. He broke a kid's collarbone once. It was something else. And that seems to be Giovanni seems to be a real enforcer in net with the way she comes out. And we're going to see Sydney Patton with the ball here, sister of Dylan Patton. It looks like they're just moving the ball around up top here, Jackson.
And Chad, back to Sydney Patton. You know the future for your program is bright when you have a freshman out there playing in a playoff game. A big lead for the Rams, but you know she's the younger sister of Dylan, as you mentioned, and with all these siblings on this team, there's a lot of room for the younger class to develop and step up to make this the powerhouse program that it is.
I mean, Jackson, look at all the names you have of graduating seniors whose younger siblings are coming up in the program. I mean, Catherine Norton, her brother's Michael Norton, one of the captains of the boys lacrosse team. Sydney Patton, another senior, sister of a senior. I mean, the only name that's going to be missing is a Harden. I mean, we've had him for the past couple of years. I mean, Kaylee Harden's sister, she was a great athlete. She's playing at UNC. And yeah, this team, I mean, the names are going to be the same next year, and it looks like the execution is going to be very similar.
100%, Chad.
And there is a minute left in this one. And it appears Richardson's going to be on an 8-meter. Richardson takes it inside, and she shoots down left corner, and the clock is still going to run as they go up 15-3 on this one. This is a 12-point victory for the Rams. I'm not even sure if they're going to get another draw off here, Jackson. I'm not sure, but that was a great goal there by Richardson. Jackson, what do you see? Let's go off.
An electric goal there from Richardson, Chad. You could tell she wanted to pad the stat sheet for her season a bit. Throw in a garbage time goal. No one's judging.
Honestly, I could respect it, Jackson. I remember when I was a defenseman, I'd always try and carry the ball down the field against some of the weaker teams we played. Maybe rip a shot. I wasn't really allowed to shoot because I couldn't hit the net. But, I mean, it was always worth an attempt. And that's just going to be the end of the game. It looks like Catherine Norton was a little disappointed there that they gave a call. And it looks like the Rams are going to win by 12 goals here, 15-3. And that's going to be the final. Jackson, you got anything left to say?
I do not, Chad. On to the next one.
Yeah, neither do I. All right, let's roll into the ad read. And, I mean, we can't say enough about our sponsors. We absolutely love them here at NCTV. This is our first platinum sponsor, Walter Stewart's, here for all your vegetable produce, meats, everything, all your grocery needs. And they're your fresh local market, Rambuya and Harrow Real Estate, some of my favorite people here in New Canaan. And they're just the premier real estate partners of Fairfield County, great supporters of athletic programs here. Carl Chevrolet, they've been doing it since 1927, and that's a long time if you ask me. And they're run by 2 alumni, Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet. If you want to go out there and get a new car, there's no one better to help you than Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet. And at William J. Fessler Dentistry, they're there for all your family dental needs. I personally love William J. Fessler. He's the best. He's my dentist. And when you're with them, hands. And on to our gold sponsors, Renaissance Partners LLC. They're a New Canaan-based and family-operated company, so you know when you're working with them, you're working with people that really care about family values in this town. And Performance Optimal Health, they want to work with parents, athletes, everyone to create personal athletic plans that help make you the best athlete you can be. And truly, they give their congratulations to all New Canaan teams out here. They want to make sure everyone's doing the best they can. And that's going to be it for the ad read. We just want to give a huge thank you to all of our sponsors and all of our All Sports Booster Clubs. I'm really fumbling over my words here at the end. And let me just say a huge thank you for tuning into this one if anyone's left. And yeah, this has been Chad Russo and Jackson Easley on the call. Hopefully we'll be allowed back for another one. This has been great, though, and bye-bye.